Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at Ezra Bridger from the Star Wars Black Series. Now this is a really cool figure, but before we take a closer look at it, let's go ahead and take a look at his packaging. So here it is, pretty standard for what we've seen out of the Black Series. Nice big window here on the front, as well as an image of Ezra down here in the corner. And then flipping it over onto the back, there's another image of Ezra, as well as a brief description. And of course, if you'd like to read that, you can go ahead and just pause the video. So anyway, pretty standard stuff. So let's go ahead and get back to the figure itself here. Now, Ezra stands at, let's see, about 5.5 inches tall. So he's right in scale with all of your other Black Series figures. And he comes with a couple accessories here. The first one is his helmet. Very, very nicely detailed here. It's made of a fairly soft rubber. So it's easy enough to get onto his head, as you can see there, and it does fit well, and it doesn't have like Darth Helmet syndrome where it feels too big. It feels like it's right in scale with the figure. And then of course he does come with his lightsaber. Obviously this is the earlier season Ezra, so he has this version. Nice translucent blade on there, and then nicely painted handle. One thing I will say that is a little unusual about this figure, it's not a huge deal, is that the little hook on the end of the lightsaber is actually not big enough to fit on this hook on his belt. I wrangled with that for about 5 minutes before the review and it doesn't actually work. However, you can just hook the, and sorry this is hard to do through the viewfinder, there we go. You can just hook the lightsaber just under that and it looks just as good there. Just unusual that they took the time to make that little hole on there, and then they didn't even make it large enough for the hook, which is unusual. As far as articulation on this figure goes, it's fairly well done. However, it does feel a little experimental, and we'll talk about that here in a second. So he's got a ball peg in the head, or maybe a double ball peg. Yeah, it's definitely a double ball peg in the head, and then it feels like a single ball peg in the neck. So you can get a little bit of extra range of motion out of that, which is nice. He's got ball hinge shoulders, decent range of motion there. They do swivel 360. He's got a hinged elbow. Really excellent range of motion there, and then of course there is a swivel there. And then he's got hinged wrists with a swivel, and on this side the hinge runs through the hand like that, and then on the other side it runs vertically through there, which is pretty standard for the Black Series. It feels like he's got, I don't know, maybe a single or double ball peg here at the torso. Not the greatest range of motion, but it does work. Then down here at the hips is where it's a little strange. So what I can't tell is if it's a kind of a loose T-joint, or really what it feels like is a double ball peg. So there's like one end in here and then one end in the leg, because it's got like a strange looseness up in the body. I don't know if you can see that, or maybe it's like a hinge. I don't know, it's hard to tell. But it does give a pretty decent range of motion in all directions if you spend enough time with it. And of course he does have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees. These ones are a little stiff, but nice range of motion there, and then hinged ankles with an ankle rocker. So, overall, you're going to be able to get him into the poses you want. He just doesn't have maybe all of the traditional articulation that we've come to expect. The only complaint really I have with this figure is this belt. And it just comes unpopped a lot when you are posing the figure, which is a little annoying, but not a huge deal. It's easy enough to wrangle back into place once you've got them posed up, but a little annoying that they didn't make it just a little bit larger or something. But anyway, really nicely done figure. So glad to add another character to the Rebels lineup. Hopefully we'll get Zeb soon, but we'll see, fingers crossed. But anyways, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comment section below, and I guess I'll see you later.